Hello everyone, this is Taliesin McKnight. How are y'all doing today? I would like to begin a series where magic is really explained, where magic could be learned. This should begin the series. The logical beginning is, what is magic? What is magic? Magic is causing change to occur in accordance with what you want. Causing change to occur in conformity with the will. Let's say you want this to happen. You do ritual to cause that to happen. Now in religion, in most religions, you have prayer. And prayer is appealing to a higher power to grant you this or that. So prayer is asking God or the gods or the higher power for something to manifest in your life. In the petition form of prayer, magic is the same basic idea. However, magic doesn't ask permission to make something happen. Magic is saying, I want this, I'm going to make this happen. It is becoming the master of your life and manifesting your own destiny. For those that believe that we should simply trust in the will of God and that it's not for us to decide, then I wouldn't advise magic, because there will be some conflict there. So magic is causing change to occur in conformity with the will, as Aleister Crowley said it. Now, how does magic work? That's going to depend upon the individual that you ask. Some say that magic works by using symbols to the mind, by intent, that your desire and intent, that there is something within the mind of man that is a creative power. Maybe it's the subconscious. Maybe it is the collective consciousness. What is this creative power within the mind of man? Can thought manifest reality? Maybe it can, maybe it can't. That's up for each of us as individual free thinkers to decide. Now, another view of magic is that it is a science, and that the formulas are based in actual real things. For example, this star manifests in a lower level as this stone or this herb. Therefore, if you take certain herbs, certain incenses at proper timing, then it corresponds to that star. In that view of magic, intent isn't as important. What's important is what ingredients you put into a spell or working. Another view of magic, and this is more how I personally see it, is that ritual is a communication through symbols. Now, you could see that communication through ritual as symbols. You could see that petition or prayer as being towards God. You could see it as being towards your subconscious mind. You could see it as being a message to the cosmos. Whatever the case may be, when you have a red candle that represents love on Friday, the day of Venus, and you have rose petals, symbols of love, and you chant your desire, this ritual is symbolic. Now, we know that we use ritual to communicate to deity, and we use ritual to communicate with the spiritual element in man. This is found in Islam. You have rituals. In Judaism, you have rituals, and in Christianity, you have rituals. In the Catholic Church, there's lots of ritual. Christmas is a ritual. Putting lights on the tree is a ritual. So ritual is a part of human culture that deals with symbols as a form of communication, a communication device. Now, you can communicate through ritual to your subconscious, to the higher power, and There's another view that man is a dual being, that we have the finite individual, we have the animalistic creature, we have the ego, the material personality. But in addition to that, we have a higher self that we each have, that has all knowledge, all power. And that while mysticism is uniting with a higher divine man, divine self, while mysticism is causing the above and the below to unite, Magick is using the duality, the process, to cause change to occur. So you can think of Magick as the opportunist of mysticism. Now sometimes mysticism and Magick overlap. Magick is not just about getting your desires. Sometimes Magick involves mysticism. Theurgy is magical ritual designed to have you to unite with the deity. Some things you can call magical ritual are celebrations of seasonal phenomenon, rites of gods and goddesses, initiations. So it's not always about getting what you want. Now here is the problem. Here's the problem. If people can do magic and get whatever they want, then how come all the witches you meet aren't a bunch of multi-billionaires with the love of their life and everything they want? If magic works, how come so many magicians are not rich? How come they're not rich and happy? So that's something to consider. It's definitely interesting. How come many witches and magicians don't seem any wealthier, any happier than someone who doesn't practice magic? They don't seem to get what they want any more often. Or at least that is how it would seem. In my experience, magic does seem, in my opinion, to work. Because I've seen it. In my opinion, that's for you to decide as an independent thinker. That's why I brought it up. Do you think it's fake or do you think it's real? That's for you to decide. Separate from that, in my opinion, since I am talking, I might as well give my opinion on something. When I cast a love spell, I usually get with someone. Now, I may not be happy with that woman forever, but I'll get me a woman, y'all. Do a love spell, get me a woman, and get freaky with a woman. Have sex with her. So anyways, you know, when I'm looking for a job, do a money spell, boom, I tend to get a job. I may not be a rich motherfucker, you know, rich with yachts and, you know, multi-millionaire CEO of a corporation, but if I do a job for a money spell for a job, the right opportunity seems, at least appears, to fall in my lap. So while I may not be just crawling in women and money, it does seem to grant basic needs. And in my opinion, it seems to do so beyond coincidence. I'll do a spell and then events seem to line up in a certain way, at least appear. As a rationalist, I have to be skeptical too. But it seems to line up in a way that I get the right opportunity. Maybe you won't be rich and famous, but basic desires and needs should be met. And maybe a lot of the witches out there that are not successful simply suck at magic. That's true too. I know plenty of Wiccans. They say they're Wiccan, they don't even cast spells. And I've seen a lot of magicians do ritual. Say they say, oh, I'm in the Golden Dawn, I'm in a debt. And they'd be like, oh, dude, no. You know, when they go do the ritual, they're like, oh, dude, you know, they don't even know how the hell to do this. And they're like, you know, I've seen a lot of people do ritual, and they suck at ritual. So anyway, that's something to consider. Do you think it's real or not? But that is a basic definition of magic, and a few different theories thrown out there as to how it works. Now, in future videos, we will talk about basic techniques and the mechanics. So if you are interested in some future videos, we will go into specific mechanics of magic, and we're going to look at how it works, y'all, so it should be interesting. If you are interested in magic, if you're just curious, if you want to learn it to work it, if you're skeptical but you're just learning what different people think, then it should be interesting. So in future videos, as in after this one, we are going to discuss particular mechanics and what is behind magic. How does it work, and how do you do it? How do you cast a spell, y'all? We're going to take a look.